a little emotional right now. I am a teacher in Mississippi. I have Hispanic students. Yesterday, my Hispanic students were not present. Today, um, one of them, one of my students came back. When it was time for parent pickup, their parents were not the ones that picked them up. I'm sure that they didn't really know the people that picked them up, but they were told that somebody different would pick them up today. And so the first thing I'm wondering is, where are their parents? Because my parents that picked them up, their parents would greet them before they come in the car, would hug them, just proud dad, proud mom, loved that their child was able to get a good education. And now, I don't know. I'm so heartbroken, and I'm so scared for them. And I understand that we all have laws, and we must all follow them. But these little children being without their moms or their fathers, what did they do wrong?
The kids are the ones that pay for the sins of their parents. It's scripture, it's biblical. And so you can't then say the one that put you in harm's way then got you under duress, and then you say, well, what did they do wrong? It's not about what they do wrong. It's about the fact that something was done wrong that needed to be righted, and you can't then you can't substitute and start to say, well, okay, well, it's playing on our emotions because, and then don't get me wrong, I actually understand this lady, right? Because when you're so close to something, when something happens, you will be affected emotionally as a result of it. But here's the thing, I wish we had this much compassion because I have never seen this type of compassion or people crying for somebody for something that happens to our own children. You know, I don't see this type of compassion with the teachers when something happened with the family. And maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. Maybe y'all don't put on the camera and started to record it for the internet when it happens for our own children. But I don't see this level of dedication for our own. We always make sure, when I say our own, I'm not talking about just black people, I'm talking about people in America in general. We have so much compassion for people that break the law, and then their children are the ones that suffer for it. Oh my God, what is wrong? If I go out and I sell drugs, and I'm a distributor of those drugs that hurt people, I break the law. Because them coming over here break the law, let alone their parents being criminals and breaking the law, but also on top of that, parents being criminals because the majority of the people that's rounded up in the first wave are the ones that actually did some of the most egregious crimes. So if I'll go out and I break the law and I get arrested and I have to go and do some time or whatever like that, nobody, and I mean absolutely nobody, it's Americans that get arrested every single day. Nobody goes and say, well, let me check on his children. Well, let me cry for his daughter and all of that. It's going to be like, man, what was you thinking? And that's the same way I look at them as like, man, what was you thinking? How was you trying to finesse the taxpayers into taking? Think about this for a second. This woman is a teacher being paid by taxpayers, us. That's where their salary comes from because that's what we pay taxes for. That's where your property taxes go into. It goes into your schools, right? And it's subsidized by the federal government, additional monies. And they get paid by your taxes to teach other people who are not even supposed to be here. When the illegal immigrants came over into this country over the last 4 years, the first thing that they did was they enrolled their kids in our schools, our taxpayer-funded schools, and they wasn't even paying no taxes into the system. Let me get back to what she was saying. I want to get her complete thought, and I always like to leave credit to the content creator by leaving a information inside of the description of the video. So if you want to go and support the content creator, regardless of whether you agree with him or not, that'll be down in the description because we like to give credit. All right.
When I chose a person that I wanted to vote for,
We
I
know you voted
listened.
for.
I did not look at their skin color.
Let me guess. 93% black women voted for Kamala. We got a 93% chance that she voted for Kamala. 93%.
If they were a man or woman.
You should have.
I heard what they were saying. And I was so afraid of this, of everything that seems to be going on right now. And I just, if there are some words or anything that you can share with me to just help me to understand, because those are not just my students. Those are my babies.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I teach them, but they are with me more than they are with their parents. And I am their teacher. We share laughs together. We learn together. And it's just not my class, you know.
Listen, it ain't Trump's fault. It ain't the taxpayers' fault. It ain't America's fault. It's the accountability. And we get it. Again, she see him every day. She interact with him every day. That's their parents' fault. It's 100% their parents' fault. If you want to look at somebody and you want to be aggravated with them, you got to look at their parents. You can't look at anybody else. It is their parents' fault. We are all adults and we make decisions. And you cannot just do what you want to do when you want to do it. What about the people that come over here legally? What about them?
Other Hispanic students have not shown up or has been absent since Monday, since all this ICE stuff has happened. And I just don't understand. And I wanted to ugly Cries multiple times today, but I tried to keep it together because I just don't. So are they supposed to just hide and not get an education anymore? I don't know where they are.
Gotta go home.
And in my mind, I'm like, are they scared? Are they alone? Are they with their parents? What happened to their parents? Did their parents get taken away and they have to have other people pick them up?
Gotta go home. Time to go home. I want to
Are they
do a
scared?
lot
They're
of
looking for
things.
their.
I've wanted to do a lot of things in my life. Guess what? We couldn't just break the law and then just go do what we wanted to do. We had to make sure that we do what we had to do so we could do what we wanted to do. It's time to go home. That's it.
I'm home because one of
Wait.
my students told me that his mom was pregnant and he was excited
Trying to have more
to
kids
be
here
a
in the
big
United
brother.
States. That's not right. Nope. Not doing it.
And I don't.
This right here is the reason why you can't have women in leadership, because women in leadership is a bad do sometimes. Most times, it's not 100% of the time, but most times they make decisions based off of their emotions instead of making decisions based off of what makes the most sense. You can't keep laws are in place for a reason. They are not there as a suggestion. They are there as a requirement. Laws are a requirement. You have to follow them in order to get a good result. And when you do it the right way and you put your hard work in and you take care of business, chances are you'll do well here in America, but they are not meant to be broken. They are meant to be enforced.
Because this go, what do they say? How many airports do I lose? For crying on TikTok.
Go check that air cargo
To my
manifest, baby.
Hispanic babies. I don't know. But I'm heartbroken, and I know that there's more teachers that feel the same way. if you are going through the same thing, you're a teacher, you're educated, or whatever the case may be, you are not alone.
We've seen enough here. It's enough being seen here. No worries, no worries. God got you. God got you, and He gonna make sure that you are fulfilled, and He see it, and we praying, and that's gonna be the end of it. But at the same time, we can have sympathy and empathy for you, but you still got to go home. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Also, Teach Henley, 40% off your first order plus 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you later. Peace.